Please go ahead and take your seats. The NAR Director Candidate Forum will begin in 1 minute.
One, two, three. Can you hear me all right? Okay, we're going to get started. We just have 30 minutes, so if everyone could please take a seat. Shh. Okay, there we go. I learned that from my AE, Sally Colwell. Because she was a school teacher, and she would do that, shh, and everybody would just get very quiet. So, well, thanks for coming. This is an important event for you to be at. My name's John Mayfield. I was your 2022 Missouri Realtors President, and thank you. So, and I'm just honored and thrilled to be able to be the host for today's candidate forum. Now, the purpose of this forum is to publicly engage the candidates for Missouri Realtors leadership about their views, to educate members, to help them reach their own informed decisions, and to promote member participation and strengthening involvement in the leadership process. Questions are important for us to know about the people who are running. And so the design of this forum will be fair, impartial, and clear for all involved. All board of directors will receive a ballot and are asked to vote for one candidate during tomorrow's NAR director election during the board of directors meeting. So just remember, there'll be one candidate you will vote for if you are on the board of directors. So I'm excited to bring up our participants. We have three wonderful candidates. So Melissa Annis from the Ozark Gateway Association of Realtors. Come on up, Melissa. Matt Becker from the St. Charles Realtors. Yes. And we have Kayla Johnson from St. Louis Realtors. Kayla? Thank you. Okay, so I want this to be a conversation, so each of you will have 90 seconds to make an opening statement, proceeding in alphabetical order. Melissa will go first, followed by Matt, and then Kayla. So, Melissa, 90 seconds.
For those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Annis, and it would be my absolute pleasure to serve you at the NAR level. I didn't bring a resume. I didn't bring it to the table. I was asked about that. I feel like all three of us are very qualified. What I hope you get from today is I am so passionate about this industry. I want you to see that and feel that. I can give you a resume anytime you want it. But hopefully when we're all done, you'll get that feeling.
Great. Thank you, Melissa. We'll let Matt go next.
Hi, guys. My name is Matt Becker from St. Charles Board of Realtors. And I'm excited to be up here and asking for your vote as an NAR director. The reason that I'm running is because this industry has become a family to me, and I love representing that family. We have a very strong voice from Missouri, a very well-spoken voice with our current directors, and I want to join that group and be able to help carry your guys' message to NAR, and then also the message from NAR back to Missouri and make sure that what's being said up there, what's being done, is getting back to this side of the country and this part of the country and to you guys. That's really why I'm running. I want to be a part of that.
Thank you, Matt. Kayla?
The first time you all met me, well, most of you met me, is back in 2020 at my first Realtor conference. And I remember looking out in the crowd and wondering, where are the young realtors at? Where are they at? I was told they were at laser tag, and I was told to go to laser tag. And after finding them, I learned that this is a stepping stone to a leadership journey. And I took that stepping stone and then took another stepping stone, which has led me to wanting to be an NAR director for Missouri Realtors. And if you know me, you know how outspoken I am. And every shift that we have going on in NAR, this is the perfect time for you to have somebody as outspoken as me to make sure the needs and wants of Missouri Realtors are being heard at the national level.
Thank you, Kayla. Okay, we've have predetermined questions that I will ask each candidate to respond to. Each candidate will have 60 seconds. I think Jesse's down there with the timer, and we don't want to cut anybody off, so kind of keep an eye there. But Kayla, we're going to ask you the first question. And the question is, can you give us an example of a time when you served the leadership role or in a leadership role, perhaps locally, where events required you to step up and guide the group to a new direction?
All right. Well, I briefly mentioned young professionals in my opening, and I had the pleasure and opportunity of serving as the 2022 chair of Missouri YPN and St. Louis YPN simultaneously. And I had to step up so quickly, so fast, because this is coming after COVID and low participation and low numbers from our young realtors that we're trying to drag along and volunteer them and volunteer them for leadership, and helping rebuild my local YPN and state YPN were things that I was super passionate about.
Great. Matt, I'd love for you to answer the same question. I'll be glad to repeat it if you'd like for me to. Or
Sure. So kind of one thing that pushed me into a leadership role, or more of a leadership role, was my passion for RPAC. I always assisted in RPAC once I got involved in the association. And similar time frame of Kayla, at the end of 2020, we were all looking at our investment goals and saying, what did we do wrong? How can we raise some money? We can't get together because we have to be 6 feet apart. And so a few of us put our minds together, and we decided to host a last-minute kind of auction to get things started by the end of the year. And I had to step into a role that I had never stepped into before, and it gave us that push to hit our goals for that year. And it also gave me, I believe, the lifelong job of being our RPAC auctioneer. So I'm very excited about that. But it was something I was passionate about and was able to step up and make sure we hit those goals as an association.
Great, and thank you for both of you for those questions. We're going to shift gears for you, Melissa, okay? I've got a new question here. As a state association, we've really embraced emerging issues in recent years. Had a packed house here just a few moments ago at our business conference. Thinking about the National Association and the role you would have as a national director, what one issue, and I know there's some big ones going around, but is there an issue that you think NAR should be more focused on that impacts the largest number of members?
For me, the first thing that came to mind was communication. Whether it be to the public or our members, I would love to see better communication, a little more timely. I want to hear it from the source, not from 3 other websites first. I want to hear it directly, and I would love for them to listen to our feedback. As much transparency as possible. Obviously, we know there are some things that are confidential, but I think that communication and making people feel at ease, not learning things and letting someone else set the narrative to things. I want to be a part of it, And I think that is crucial for us, especially in times like these, that we have that communication in place.
Thank you. Kayla, what about you? What's that one issue that you're looking at with NAR that like, boy, we ought to be doing this for our membership?
Yeah, so I'd say technology, and I feel like everybody always touches on technology, but what is that going to mean post-lawsuit for us? And what can we be offering as education to our realtor members on how to not exactly fight back, but how to protect our clients and protect our businesses as new people are looking at us as sitting ducks. They are seeing what the writing on the wall, they're seeing what's in the news, and they're using this as an opportunity. But this needs to be an opportunity for us to stand stronger and not fall apart.
Thank you. Very good. Matt, we're going to switch gears on you. And I have a question for you that really talks about why, the why. What was a driving force or passion behind your desire to submit your application for this important role? Or what was your why?
I think my why is the passion that I have for this industry and the passion that I have for our membership and as a whole. The passion I have for our industry, you know, my prior life was in law enforcement, and I thought that I was going to live that blue line for the rest of my life. And when I found real estate, I was a guy that got licensed, and I said, I want to sell a couple houses a year. I don't ever want to go to an association meeting. I don't ever want to go to an office meeting. And now I want to be your NAR director. So I screwed that one up. But it's because I got to know the people and the people that do this job day in and day out. We get to hand the keys over to a first-time home buyer, first-generational home buyer. We get to help people get rid of the house that they've lived in for the last 45 or 50 years, and you guys see the tears, and you become a counselor, you become, you know, that their life force through that transaction, and we have to make sure that our industry and our career, that job is protected, and that's one of the driving reasons why I wanted to get more involved.
Good, thank you. Melissa, how about you? What were you thinking about when you looked at that button on the Missouri Realtors website to submit your application? What was the passion or the why? Or
Well, first of all, if you'd have told me a year ago I would be sitting up here doing this, and those of you that are from my association know this, I would have laughed. This is so not something that is in my comfort zone at all. But when things started happening over the last year, you know, I don't think people understand the value of NAR. I love it. I understand it. I feel it. What they do for advocacy and those types of things, it's just people don't know about it. And I've had plenty of frustrations, don't get me wrong. The week I turned in my application, that next Friday was when the settlement news came out. And I thought, oh my gosh, what have I done? But I want you to know that the first thing I did was I sent a text to one of our NAR directors. And you know, there's a phrase in one of my favorite shows that says, be curious, not judgmental. So my first thing was, why? Why were these decisions made? Do you feel good about it? And then I listened to it, and I feel like I can bring something to the table. I will ask questions. I'm not a criticizer. I hope to bring results. So.
Good, thank you. I'm going to go to you, Kayla, too. I'm sure, because we all who've run have gone to the website, looked at that application, and had that question go through our head. What were you thinking about?
So this is my first career. And I know I talk a lot about young professionals, but even us not so young anymore professionals and some of the more seasoned ones, I feel obligated to want to protect our profession, protect our industry, and go out and advocate for it. And I want to be around when those decisions are made. Now, you know, I serve on several NAR committees, and when the decisions come down or when they're about to come down, being in that room to make a difference means so much to me. And I want to be in the room where it happens.
Thank you. Okay, so we are down to the closing remarks. Actually, we're going to give you each a Rubik's Cube, and you have 90 seconds.
I'm out.
I'm just trying to get them a little bit. I'm trying to, get them a little loosened up before they give us their closing remarks. But you have 90 seconds to make a closing statement, proceeding in the opposite order from opening statements. So we're going to start with Kayla to go first.
This is my second time running for NAR director, and I am very humbly and excitedly asking you again to vote for me. Vote for the shift that we're looking for at NAR, the new wave of realtor, protecting the young realtors, protecting the old realtors, and overall making sure the message of Missouri realtors is heard at national. So vote for Kayla.
Thank you, Kayla. Matt, you want to?
Again, I'm excited to be up here, and I appreciate the opportunity. I've got to know so many of you over the years. My adventure into the State Association didn't begin until 2018, and just in a few short years, lots of you in this room have become friends, have become family, and with that, there's a lot that we can continue to say at NAR and say to NAR, and we have to do that as a team. And there's a group of directors from Missouri that goes to NAR, and I want to be a part of that group, and I want to help represent that group and make sure that what this association has to say and your ideals are carried to NAR, and that they hear from Missouri very loud and very proud, and that's what I want to do. So I would ask for you to vote for me. Thanks.
Thank you, Matt. And Melissa, we'll let you finish this up.
So what I think I'd like for you to know is I'm a team player. My role on teams has been my entire life, whether it be playing softball and baseball growing up, to I work on a team. I love the team dynamic. Committees, I love committees. I love work groups. I love PAGs. I like all of those things. I will be a hard worker that will dive in. I'm passionate about this industry. It's changed the lives not only of me, but my family. So I would love to go to bat for you, if you saw the table outside, and help reach great solutions to some of the things facing us soon.
Thank you all and your NAR director candidates. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good job, guys.
Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you all for coming today. It was good of you to be here. It's important for you to be here, and I think you've got a tough choice tomorrow, but have a good evening, and thanks again for coming.